Who knew that there would be a possibility that the Joker and Harley could learn a little bit about love from each other? Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Crossin Streams. As always, I'm your host, the real Gino Reynolds, and today we're going to be continuing our look at the Harley Quinn series Season 2 on the DC Universe streaming service. We're going to be talking about Episode 11, entitled A Fight Worth Fighting For. When we last left off, Harley had just chucked Bartender Joker into the Ace Chemicals, and now the Joker is back. And he's not real happy with Harley. It's like, it's your fault. I've been like this. I'm not going to help you. She's like, you're going to help me find the Book of Fables. You know where it is. I'm not going to help you, he says. And she tells him that, well, yeah, you are, because before you came to, I put a bomb in your head and I have the clicker. And if you don't help, I'm going to blow you up. So he reluctantly agrees to help her. She has to threaten him by hitting the button, but he finally agrees to help her. I just want to cover Dr. Psycho's part of the story real quick. He is making his plans to take over Gotham, and he decides to contact Darkseid to make a deal with him, and he wants the same deal as Harley. Darkseid's not willing to listen, but after giving his backstory, we get a little bit of backstory at Dr. Psycho, which unfortunately tells me he's probably not going to make it to the end of this season. He's either going to stay a villain or he's going to die. That's just the way I feel. So he gives his backstory, and then after reading the Riddler's mind, he's able to say to Darkseid, look, you want revenge on Harley Quinn? We were going to kill her anyway, but I want what she was going to get. And Darkseid says, if you do this for me, the Earth is yours. So that's the story for Dr. Psycho for this episode. He does come back one more time, but I can't talk about that yet. Harley and the Joker, they're going after the Book of Fables, and it turns out the Book of Fables is with the Joker's girlfriend, Bethany. They go to Bethany's house, and they go to get the book, and Bethany thinks she didn't know it was the Joker, that he was the Joker. She's like, I see the Joker and Harley Quinn, they're at my door. But he convinces her that it is him, and I guess you could say they break up, because he starts calling her his ex-girlfriend after that. But she does give him the book, and the Joker actually shows some feelings towards this, because he's like, did I ruin something? And then he brings up to Harley being in love with Poison Ivy, and they actually have a discussion about that. It's like, he's just like, I don't want to ruin something like you ruined something. I don't know. I'm having these weird feelings. And I do want to talk about Poison Ivy's story. Her and Kite Man are out planning the wedding while parademons are circling around them. The parademons even take the wedding planner at one point. But you can tell now that Poison Ivy is very conflicted with what's going on with her feelings for Harley, and you can tell that this wedding is not going to happen. And even Kite Man, and it plays into the theory. I had a bit of a theory about how this could play out, and I have this feeling, see, Kite Man even mentions, he's like, look, ever since you came back from the bachelorette party, you've been different. And he kind of calls that out, and she's like, no, nothing's wrong, nothing's different. And he can tell something's wrong. I have this feeling that they're both going to come together, and he's going to be like, I know you love her, go after her. And yeah, it's going to break his heart, But I think later he'll be rewarded. Maybe they'll hook him up with somebody else. Because Kite Man deserves some happiness. Um, and as much as I've liked their story, I'm seeing the writing on the wall that Harley and Ivy are going to get together, which I am totally fine with. I just didn't want them to not have a good conclusion to Kite Man and Ivy. And I have a feeling they're going to find, he's going to be like, look, she's going to like, I know, I need to tell you something. He's going to say, I know you love her, go get her, right? I think that's just how it's going to be. He's going to make a mature decision, and she's going to make the decision that's right for her heart. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent here. But that's their story. They're planning the wedding, and it takes the parademons ruining a really expensive wedding dress that she wasn't even sure she wanted for her to go after Dr. Psycho. More on that in a minute. So when Joker and Harley got the book, I failed to mention this. Bethany chucks it in the air and a parademon gets it. And the discussion they had about about him being in love, possibly being in love, and talking about how she's in love, that happened as they were going after the book, so my apologies. So they go to get the book from some parademons, and they see two parademons cuddling, and the Joker's like, Bethany and I used to do that, and it was pretty funny. But they get the book, but the parademons catch him trying to escape, and when all looks lost, they're able to fight some of the parademons off, but it looks like they're going to die. Busting through the walls is Batman, who finally convinced Alfred to let him go out and help. He saw the Joker being recreated. He's like, Harley and Joker are back together. I need to go after him. But he saves them from the parademons, and he gives them his theory. And normally, of course, this is Batman, the world's greatest detective, and he gets it all wrong. He's like, you two are together. You're working with Dr. Psycho and all this. And the Joker's like, 0 for 2. Not being in the game really messed up your detective skills, But they tell him the story about what happened. They tell Batman about Joker's love story. And naturally it came out that Harley was in love with Ivy. And Harley's like, why are you telling everybody that? So she says, look, we need to save the Justice League. Go to the suburbs, call Zatanna, tell her to bring her magic wand. So, because they have to go back to the suburbs because the book that they had was not the book they were looking for. It was just a regular book of fables. It turns out that Bethany has the other one as well. So he has to confront Bethany, the Joker, has to confront Bethany, and he basically professes his love for her, which is a very odd character change for the Joker. But then we have after they free the Justice League, and they go off to plan on how to stop Dr. Psycho. Joker and Harley have a little bit of a discussion, and the Joker's like, look, I'm not going to change. He goes, so what? I'm in love now. Now I have even more of a reason to kill people. It doesn't make any sense. But for Joker, it does. He's like, now I'm in love. I'm killing for love. And so, and the Joker's like, now it's your turn. And we'll get to the very end. That's near the very end. But we have to go back to Ivy confronting Dr. Psycho. She's like, look, you screwed with my wedding. Now I'm gonna kill you. But Dr. Psycho says, oh, good, I needed a friend, and mind controls her. And as Harley is getting ready to leave Bethany's house, she opens the door, and there is a mind-controlled Ivy. She doesn't know it yet. Harley begins to say, I got something I got to tell you. I was just coming to see you. And Ivy says, I'm going to kill you. And that's where the episode left off. This episode, while granted, it didn't need it. We don't know what happened to King Shark. We don't know what happened to Clayface. We do get to see some of... I mentioned in the last review how we were going to have the idea of the Riddler being a sidekick or a henchman. We actually get to see a little bit of the dissension there. He doesn't like being told what to do, and I could see that becoming a problem later. But yeah, the episode really covered a lot when it comes to the emotional state. I love the fact that at the beginning and the end of this episode, it's bookended by Frank the Plant. At the beginning, he gives us a recap of the episode, and of course, as only Frank can. And then at the end, he's like, "Yeah, see, we can handle comedy and dramatic stuff and all this. It's like, give us awards." Um, and I loved how they bookended it. But yeah, there was a lot of development when it came to motivations of characters and changes in characters. So, granted, the Joker still might be a problem later, but as I thought might happen, him being in this relationship has changed him somewhat. It makes me wonder if Bethany might become his new. I'm not saying, and not like his new Harley, because he abused Harley. And if you read the comics, I mean, their first date, he roofied her and took advantage. And she thought that was romantic at the time. Anyway, I've covered that in one of the reviews I did for Harley Day. But I wonder if Bethany might become like his new main squeeze supervillain. We'll see. We'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, we get to see a lot of development. What might happen with Poison Ivy and Kite Man. The Joker's developed a lot. Harley is now getting her feelings out. Batman's back. So we're getting to see a lot of the pieces start to move here. I believe there's 2 episodes left, so we'll have to see where it goes from here. But yeah, a very solid episode, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved a lot of the character development. I loved the way they brought back the Joker. I'm starting to see that they may make mature decisions on how to end Kite Man and Ivy so they can make Ivy and Harley. And of course, hopefully, Kite Man doesn't go away. I don't want to see him go away. I'd like to see them do more with him. Make him part of the crew, or give him a new main squeeze. I'm not sure who they would bring in, and who knows, maybe it'll be someone they've already introduced. I don't know. But I don't want to see them ruin that character. Just break his heart and that's the end of it. I think he's going to have a play in that. He's going to say something saying, "Look, you don't have to say anything." And she's going to be like, "I know." Ivy's going to be like, "I know, you know I do care about you." And he's going to be like, "I know, but I know you love her, so go get her," right? I think that's kind of how it's going to be. And it's going to redeem, it's going to keep him redeemed as a character. And plus they can advance the Harley Ivy storyline, and it will work. I really hope that's the way they do it. I don't want to see Kite Man die. That would be the worst way to do it, I think. Or to turn Kite Man bad. That would be the worst, another bad thing they could do too. But it was a very solid episode. I really, really dug this episode. And yeah, I'm really liking where this season's going, and I'm really liking this series a lot. That's going to be all for this edition of Crossin Streams. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. If you have anything to say about episode 11 of season 2 of the Harley Quinn show on the DC Universe streaming service, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I am your host, the Real Gino, Gino Reynolds. See you later, puddins.